What's going on, y'all? It's the Caveman back at it again with another video. And, you know, the Steelers, I've had quite a love-hate relationship with you this season. And I think you know where I'm going to be going with this. But earlier in the year, I mentioned it before in a couple of my other videos about this video I made. It was the Steelers are imposters video. And a lot of Steelers fans did not like that video. You know what? Rightfully so. You got to defend your team. But I was telling the truth. The entire time, I told everything that was truthful. And nothing I said was a lie. Everything I said was the truth and nothing but the truth. I said the Steelers are going to be one and done in the playoffs. The Steelers are horrible. They show nothing promising on the offensive side of the ball. The Steelers, they're just bad. And you know what? They proved it. They proved it in a way that I never thought a team could prove how bad they were in a playoff game. Like, the way the Steelers lost to the Browns was probably the most embarrassing, yet funny, yet heartbreaking way to lose. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything worse when I saw Sunday night. Like, that was despicable. That was a piss-poor, pathetic excuse for a playoff football game. That wasn't even just regular season or anything. A playoff wild card fight for your life football game. That was what they came out there to do. And that was just holy freaking shit. Bills fan, of course, the one time I want to root for the Steelers, they absolutely shit the bed. I wanted the Steelers to win, as plenty of other Bills fans did, because in that case, the Ravens would have been going up to Kansas City, and the Steelers would have been coming up here to Orchard Park for the second time. That would have been much more preferable, as not only would the Bills be getting what I think is the easier matchup, but we also would have had the Steelers not having an absolute cakewalk in the divisional round, and now they get that. And honestly, personally, I don't really care that we play the Ravens. It's just the fact that the Chiefs get a bye, and then the Browns. The Chiefs are going to beat the Browns, and I don't think it's going to be close. The Browns just do not match up well against the Chiefs whatsoever. Their defense is going to get absolutely shredded by the Chiefs offense. I just don't see this going very well for the Browns. Don't get me wrong, they can win. They can win. Any given Sunday, the Browns have a chance, and I'm going to believe that they have a chance the whole way. But just compared to what the Ravens, the hell that the Ravens would have given the Chiefs, the Browns just do not compare. Going down 28-0 in the first quarter due to a botched snap and then a couple interceptions, you basically spotted the Browns 28 points for free, and you put yourself in the biggest hole I think I've ever seen in a playoff game with my own eyes. I also don't even think I've seen a quarterback have 68 passes, throw for 500 yards, and have 4 touchdowns, and throw 4 interceptions and lose the game. Big Ben, that was probably one of the worst quarterback showings I've ever seen. And to your credit, they started to come back. They actually did. And I've also never seen a more despicable, more inexcusable coaching decision by what we call one of the best coaches in the NFL, Mike Tomlin, not going for it on 4th and 1 when your team is mounting a comeback on your own 46-yard line. You're basically at midfield. Teams go for this when they're not even in the situation you were in. You just go for that. 4th and 1, 46-yard line on your side of the field. You're down by, what was it at that time? I think it was like 13 points or something. Whatever it was, they were down. And they punt. Mike Tomlin says, let's punt. They send out the punt unit and try and draw them off sides and then punt. Mike Tomlin, in that situation, the offense was red hot. The offense could not be stopped at that very moment, mind you. Could not be stopped. They were gaining yards. They were putting up first downs. They were putting up points at a very fast rate that was allowing them to get back in the game. Mike Tomlin said, I trust the unit that has given up over 30, however points it was, 40 points, to stop the Browns again over the offense that is red hot that needs a yard. How can you possibly justify that to me? How can you sit here and tell me that getting a yard is harder than making a 3-and-out or a turnover happen on the defensive side of the ball? Then, the worst part is that they don't stop them on the 3-and-out. They don't get a 3-and-out. They don't turn the ball over. The Browns have the ball right where the Steelers were, you know, at the mid part of the field on that same drive that they punted them to. And then they have a 3rd and like 5 or something. And they have Jarvis Landry in the slot. And Robert Spillane is on him in man coverage.
To keep the ball in the Browns' possession.
Oh my God, this is the unit that you trusted over your offense? I can't. Like, this team deserved to lose. Like, I wanted them to win just for the sake of the Bills, for the sake of the Chiefs having a harder opponent, but holy, you don't deserve to win. That's what you're going to go out there and do? You're going to do that? Holy shit. The amount of despicable inexcusable shit that I saw in that game, I am left without words. Like, I did not think you could possibly throw a game worse than the Steelers threw that game. And the worst part, like, at the end of it, I wanted to just see, forget the rest of the Bill shit. Like, the comeback that the Steelers were mounting, I genuinely think if they would have went for that 4th and 1 and gotten it, that they would have come back and potentially won that game. But the fact that Mike Tomlin didn't even give his team a chance to come back by punting that ball. He literally ripped the opportunity right out from under them by not going for that 4th and 1. Holy shit. Unacceptable, Mike Tomlin. What kind of big-ass bitch do you gotta be to not go? You gotta be Class A1 bitch to not go for something like that. Like, that is just horrible. The worst part is, this team has no future anytime soon. This team is looking to go into a very dark hole for a long time. And Juju, you did a lot of dancing this season, and I hope you enjoyed it. Because you guys, if you're even on this team next year, this team is going into a dark place. Juju is slated to be a free agent this year, Bud Dupree as well. Big Ben is worth $41 million, but is he really? No. The answer is no. Big Ben is not worth $41 million. He's not returning, and let me tell you what, Mason Rudolph, we got a decent dose of him last year. He ain't the answer, so I don't know what they're going to do. This team is going to go into a dark place for, I would assume, a couple of years. Deservedly so after the show they put on this season. They absolutely deserve to have a couple of years of misery because just holy shit. This was just a whole nother level of piss poor, pathetic, unprepared. The Browns practiced on Zoom all week and they came out and kicked your ass. Like, holy shit. Oh my God, and not a single turnover. This defense is a turnover machine. This defense sacks the quarterback all the time. Defense nowhere to be found. The best part of their team, absolutely shredded. They could not stop Baker Mayfield. They could not stop Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt. They could not tackle anybody. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop Jarvis Landry on an out route or Jarvis Landry in an in route because they have Robert Spillane covering him. I don't know what that shit was. It was just absolutely pathetic. Mike Tomlin, I think I've lost all respect for you after watching that game. So yeah, at the end of the day, it sucks that the Bills necessarily didn't get what we wanted, but you know, it was also very fun to watch the Steelers get absolutely, you know, embarrassed on national television in a wild card game on Sunday Night Football. So that was, you know, it was a plus. To sit here and say I'm not, you know, somewhat happy about that would be lying, because I was happy about it. Now, hold on 1 minute. I just saw this right now while editing. I cannot believe, I have no words. These dudes just don't get it. These two dudes just don't get it. Chase Claypool, that's not what's important. You're going on your TikTok live stream, Instagram, IG live saying that it doesn't matter that the Browns beat us because they're going to lose in the next round. What? What? That's not relevant, Chase Claypool, you idiot. And Juju, for you to go on your Snapchat with your 15-year-old girl's room that everybody's making fun of and say that it's crazy how y'all lost when you haven't looked yourself in the mirror, that just shows that they have not looked themselves in the mirror since week 11, since the last time they won when they were on their winning streak. That was the last time they've looked themselves in the mirror, because ever since then, they've just been thinking they're going to roll in and beat every single team they play. And obviously, that's not the case. When you run your mouth the way you do, this is what's going to happen. Like, oh my God, these two guys, they just don't get it. Like, you lost. Shut your mouths. So let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you think of the Steelers' future. I don't think it's looking too bright. If you're a Steelers fan, I would probably switch bandwagons or something pretty quickly, because this ain't looking very pretty for you guys in the next couple of years. All you guys can hope is Juju dances his way out of Pittsburgh. You guys can just kind of, you know, start a refresh, start from the beginning, get a nice fresh start going, and, you know, who knows, get Big Ben out of there. Just, you know, there's a lot of shit that needs to happen in that organization to fix, because there's a lot of mirror looking that they need to do over there, because that is just unbelievable. So let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the Steelers. Like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, and I'll see y'all later in the next one. Peace.